I don't know if you're aware what that press conference has done. It's changed everything.
No doubt.
Just because General Khumalo was arrested.
The Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, DPCI, through the Serious Organized Crime Investigations, SOCI, South African Narcotics Enforcement Bureau, SANAB, together with officials from Customs, the Durban Vehicle Processing Organization, VPO, and the local Criminal Record Center, LCRC, seized approximately 90 kilograms of suspected cocaine with an estimated street value of 36 million rands at the Durban harbor on June 6, 2026. Members of the SANAB section attached to Durban SOCI were alerted by a customs official to suspected cocaine concealed within an excavator that had arrived at the Q&R car terminal aboard the vessel Neptune Ace Tokyo from Santos, Brazil. Upon arrival, the scene was handed over to DPCI members by customs officials. A thorough inspection of the excavator revealed suspicious packages concealed within a panel leading to the engine compartment. Further examination resulted in the seizure of 47 blocks containing a powdered substance suspected to be cocaine. While the first scene was being processed, customs officials reported the discovery of a second concealment on another excavator that had already been offloaded from the vessel. A subsequent inspection led to the seizure of an additional 43 blocks of suspected cocaine. In total, approximately 90 kilograms of suspected cocaine were seized. Based on an estimated value of 400,000 rands per kilogram, the drugs have an approximate street value of 36 million rands. No arrests have been made at this stage, and the matter remains under investigation. The seized exhibits will be transported to the Forensic Science Laboratory for chemical analysis. The acting provincial head, Brigadier Zenobia Mulligan, applauded the multidisciplinary team for their alertness and dedication. The acting provincial head dither stated that the DPCI remains committed to disrupting transnational drug trafficking networks and safeguarding South Africa's ports of entry from organized criminal activities, even when their integrity is under scrutiny. The DPCI will continue executing their mandate. I should be celebrating as a South African citizen because these drugs won't come to our streets. Instead, I'm worried. Because of this information, please watch this video.
South Africans must know, you must know, that drugs in the main that are found in crime scene, me as a provincial commissioner, I cannot guarantee 100% that entire consignment that is found in the crime scene is the same consignment that lands at forensic. It's the same consignment that is destroyed. Firearms are found in crime scene. On register, they are destroyed, but the police find the same firearm in another crime scene. So if it can happen with guns, the likelihood is that it can happen with drugs. The belief, the intelligence we get is that the information at hand, the honorable members that are within the police committee can tell you, the police does not test 100% of the consignment we get in our forensic. We don't.
This is what Major General Finn said about the drugs that are intercepted in the harbors.
Then you say, I now turn to illicit drugs at paragraph 18.
Thank you, Commissioners. Illicit drugs for purposes of my evidence are substances that are prohibited by law. Illicit drugs may also be drugs that are lawfully possessed or used under specific conditions, but which are then possessed, used, or distributed unlawfully. My statement deals only with the former. There are essentially two categories of illicit drugs or narcotics: naturally derived drugs and synthetic drugs. Naturally derived drugs are, for instance, dagga, cocaine, and heroin. And I would also like to include here methamphetamine that's originating from Afghanistan. Cocaine is derived from leaves of the coca plant, which is cultivated mainly in South American countries such as Colombia. The leaves are harvested and then processed to extract the substance known as coca paste. This paste is further refined through chemical processes to produce cocaine hydrochloride, which is the form commonly trafficked and sold as cocaine. Heroin is derived from the opium poppy plant, which is cultivated primarily in Afghanistan. The opium is extracted from the poppy plant and then processed to produce morphine, which is further refined into heroin through additional chemical processes. And this is where I also would like to include then the plant-based methamphetamine that originates also from Afghanistan, Commissioners. Cocaine and heroin enter South Africa commonly through established transnational maritime routes involving multiple countries. Cocaine is typically transported from South Africa via West Africa.
South America.
Apologies for that, Commissioners. Transported from South America via West Africa before reaching Southern Africa, while heroin is commonly transported from regions such as Afghanistan through East Africa like Mozambique and into South Africa. These substances are moved using a variety of methods, including air travel couriers, commercial maritime routes, and overland transport. South Africa functions both as a destination for local distribution and as a transit point for further international trafficking. These activities are generally conducted by organized criminal networks operating across national borders. A common method used globally is called the rip-on, rip-off technique. It is essentially hiding drugs inside someone else's shipment in the container when retrieving them before the rightful owner ever knows. The illicit drugs are placed into a legitimately packed shipping container without the knowledge of the lawful consignor or consignee and are later removed from that container at a port or transit point. This method makes use of legitimate cargo to conceal the transportation of drugs. The process requires the trafficking syndicate to identify a legitimate container with a legitimate consignment from a reputable company. Usually an employee or employees at the consignor would be targeted by the trafficking syndicate. The transaction also requires corrupt officials in the source port as well as its final destination. The officials load bulk consignments of contraband in backpacks, baggage and boxes placed preferably at the back of the container. Sometimes a duplicate seal is left inside the container. Should the container be opened, it can be resealed without raising an alarm that the consignment has been tampered with. The rip-off is normally done at its destination. Here again, corrupt officials will break the seal, open the container, remove the contraband, and replace the ripped seal with the duplicate seal that has been placed in the container. In most cases, the port of origin is the port of Santos in Brazil, which is a free port requiring no customs duties from companies using the port. In my experience, in the majority of transactions, the shipper, the forwarding agent, the clearing agent, and the transporter, such as a truck driver, are innocent parties and are unlikely to be aware of any contraband hidden in the container. These parties rely on the information for the legitimate consignment contained in the shipping documents, such as the manifest document, the bill of lading, clearing and transportation documents. Similarly, customs officers will peruse these documents to determine if the consignment is legitimate before releasing the container, none the wiser that illicit drugs have been smuggled into the container. I can perhaps also just here indicate, Commissioners, that SARS Customs do some physical checks on these containers, and then on some of it, obviously not all. And in some instances, they do detect narcotics and then alert the DPCI to the matter for further investigation.